I feel that without Andrew, we would have struggled because we certainly would have had to find another company that was able to deliver on the interest rate that Andrew was quoting. I think that would have been difficult. And also by Andrew's nature and experience, he was able to cut through some problems that we found with the other professionals, i.e. the solicitors and the bank. We were on finance for this build, and as Allen Overton Builders, we were project managing this build here. It took about 9 months to build the house. We were very happy with the spec of the build, but we decided we would refinance for practical reasons, and we discovered Andrew at Rapid Bridging and got in contact, and we decided to refinance through Rapid Bridging. As Allen Overton Builders, we're a third generation family, building locally to Cranley. We take on all kinds of work. We extend, we renovate, we restore, and we build the occasional new house. And this is a new house build, and I project manage this through its stages, and we continue with our Overton Builders work as well at the same time. This project came about because we've lived in the old house at the bottom of the road since 2001. We have had this amount of land, and as a builder I've always looked up here and thought that would look nice with a house on it. And we've had quite a few run-ins with the council and questions as to why we can't build up here. So it's taken quite a few years for us to reach this point in time in 2017. The opening came when adjacent to us a brownfield site was developed, and we then felt that the council must accommodate us because we're so close to this brownfield site. And with negotiating with the council over a period of about 12 months, we were then given a go-ahead to build the house at the rear of our garden. The finance for this project was not an easy one. Lending money has become quite difficult since 2008 and the difficult times in mortgaging. So we approached our bank, which is the RBS Bank, for some help. As a company, not limited I must say, but we've had a good relationship with RBS. They came back with a rather laughable suggestion in that we needed to raise 40% and they would raise 60%, so that ruled them out because we were looking for 100% finance on this. We then started looking around and looking online, and I eventually found a finance company down in Sussex called Hunter Finance, and I approached them and they were very positive and agreed to help us. They took charges on property that I had, and they financed the project initially. Yeah, financing projects like this has never been that easy. I tend to think, maybe simplistically, that because I own a house and don't have a mortgage on it, I'd be able to raise money quickly. This hasn't always been an easy one to accommodate with finance. So it's tricky, and I have to, when it comes around that I need some finance, I do have to investigate quite a bit and research to find a suitable solution for it. The initial loan was for 12 months initially, although I was always reassured that should it go longer than 12 months, then they're happy to hold on until we get a buyer for the house. But of course what was in their favour was that after 12 months of the loan, the interest rate rises, and we found that really difficult since that happened. The build itself took about 9 months, so that left us about 3 months of that initial loan to market the house, and so we did feel at the time that it probably would overrun, but only by a month or two. And we did have a buyer once we started marketing, but unfortunately we lost that buyer fairly late on, which was disappointing. And so the overrun was then costing us quite a bit of money in the extra interest. Well, Andrew was a breath of fresh air, I have to be honest. And what I did was, I wasn't recommended to Andrew, but I did some online research and found his company. Came up very quickly on a Google search. So I thought I would pursue that and see how it went forward. I contacted Andrew initially through online inquiry, but he was very quick to phone me, and so we then began to speak on the phone regularly, and he was able to help me so very quickly. He found a solution to our problem within a day, and then we began to talk about taking that further. The outcome of our initial discussions were that we decided to go ahead with Andrew. He found a very cheap way forward for us, which was what we were looking for. A very, very advantageous interest rate, and so we decided to take that forward as fast as we possibly could. Yes, Andrew was very helpful always whenever the problems came up, and problems did come up. Unfortunately, solicitors seemed to take their time, and certain paperwork regarding the bank took a while to get together. And Andrew was very helpful with some emails and phone calls on my behalf, and trying to get the thing tied up together as quickly as possible. Why would I recommend Andrew? Because, as I said before, he delivers what he says, and he's not afraid to get on the phone. He's not afraid to fire a nice, tough email to somebody to try and shake them up a bit. Having now worked with Andrew, my eyes are opened a bit more as to finance, the whole question of finance, and how one can shop around and find the right people for the right project. Equally, can find the wrong people for that project and be paying too much. I would recommend Andrew to anything future. We would certainly be very pleased to keep in contact and do something else together.